Now, today is the day of reckoning. We've got one coat of clear on here. And the clear, of course, changes the color significantly. In this case, it was much darker without the clear. But here was the whole issue. This is the BIMOTA Red. I'm not sure. See, this is always in the eye of the beholder, how close it is. And it changes now if you're in the incandescent light. And I have to leave that up to Vlad, of course, to make the decision, because this part, it's close. This will have to dry overnight. We'll bring it into the house tomorrow. Look at it up close under incandescent light. Take it out in the sunlight. And then I'm hoping he's going to be able to stop by, take a look at it in real life. Now, one thing I did notice, this was pretty interesting. It's not that far of a color from this, and I do have some paint left over from this. In case we run out of paint, here's the problem. When Vlad brought the paint for this part, this was the whole thing in a nutshell. They gave him a half a pint to do these parts. This needed 3 coats of red. And these parts are going to need to be repainted once we sand them down and prime them and everything. So I'm thinking about this. When you buy paint, it's always a good idea right in the beginning to buy the bigger amount. Buy a full pint. That you're cutting it so close. It's just unbelievable. Now, and I remember, yeah, this is not funny. The Suzuki, I decided I wanted to have the West Cooley paint. Pretty funny, of course. And I'm a big fan of West Cooley. I'm not sure if you can see that West Cooley picture up there. That Mark Morgan, have it in my garage, right over the West Cooley bike. But what had happened is with this, I thought I'd really be cute. And I went down. Now this just happens to be a Ford color. It's a Ford Mustang color. And I said, no, I'll get a half a pint. Yep. I came back, and I had only painted 2 parts. Because all of these fancy colors don't cover real as well as they should. They don't cover like black does. That's for sure. But anyway, this was such a funny thing. I went back and I got a pint. I finished the tank, finished the side covers, finished tail section. I ran out of paint again. And I got so mad. I got so frustrated. I said, I'm going to go buy a quart. And when I did, I thought, well, that's really overkill. But now I got paint. If I ever need to touch this up, I have some paint. So all of these things, just like the FZR, when I had that paint, I'm glad I have the touch-up paint. And exactly the same thing happened with this bike. I had to go back and buy paint twice because I ran out of paint. It's not unusual. So that's my concern right now, is we're going to see how this matches. We got to see if Vlad likes it. This is really step 6. And then we have to repaint these parts after we redo the decals. These are all chewed up on the corners. And I've got all the parts reinforced. But a lot of times this color match thing is in the eye of the beholder too. You never really know. So I don't know. When we did Luciano's Ducati, the yellow, that was frustrating to try to get it to match. And it would match if you put it in the shade. You take it out in the sun and it wouldn't match. Well, anyway, we're going to see where this goes. By tomorrow we'll know. And then Vlad's going to have to come over and say, I like it, or go buy some more paint. And either way, we're going to need some more red paint. So